Sales tax and excise tax. In this unit, we will be discussing using the percentage method to find the sales tax and the excise tax, and how to find market price and the sales tax from the total price. But before we begin those discussions, let's first look at what is tax. Tax is any money that is collected from the government for its support and for providing services to the population. Governments run their governments by the taxes that they impose for the different areas of their government economies. So there are many different types of taxes, but a tax is money collected in the purpose for providing services. Okay. When we think of sales tax and excise tax, we are talking about monies that are being collected by the government or the local municipalities to provide services for that particular municipality, city government, state government. So a sales tax would be a tax that is based on the price of a purchase. Based on the price of an item that is purchased. The tax is then collected by the vendor. So the store where you go and buy the product, you pay, and at the register, they'll ring up your total bill, and if you look at your receipt, they also have an amount for tax. That tax is received by the company, by the store, and collected and sent off to the local government. Okay. Now, it's interesting to know that some states do not have sales tax. Not all states that have sales tax have the same sales tax rate. It is the authority of the individual states to impose the particular tax and the tax rate based on the services that they need to provide, and they're collecting those taxes for those reasons. Now, some states also have what's called a tax holiday. A tax holiday or a sales tax holiday is very interesting because you could see it's, in some cases, it could be on a specific date, several days out of the year, and on specific items up to a certain amount. So what that would mean is, if you was to go in and purchase those particular products that qualify, then for that period of time, you will not pay a sales tax on it. If you buy those same products outside of that specified time, then you'll be charged a regular sales tax. So some states, not all, have what's called this tax holiday, sales tax holiday. Okay. It's important to know that each state is different from the others, and so you will have some states providing this where other states don't. Some states don't even have sales tax at all, so there's no need to have that. Okay, now, once we consider that the state that you're in has a sales tax, let's look at this simple method to find the sales tax and the excise tax. Okay, the excise tax, let me talk about that for a second. An excise tax is a tax that is levied on certain types of products. And usually these are products that the city, state, municipality really would prefer that that product is not sold or used, and they try to discourage it by imposing an excise tax on it. For example, cigarettes. Cigarettes have excise tax. The reason being, governments prefer that citizens are healthy. It is understandable that cigarette smoking does cause cancer. And so, because the governments permit cigarettes to be sold, then they will impose an excise tax in hopes to curb the amount of people that would buy it, but also to provide monies to help support some of the programs to support those people who are suffering from the use of these particular products. And the prices, once again, excise taxes differ from one state to the other. For example, in Alaska, on the price of gasoline, the excise tax on the price of gasoline is very interesting. It could be 8 cents per gallon, whereby in California, excise tax could be upwards of 49 cents per gallon of gasoline, which means whatever the price of gasoline is, you would pay that price, but you would add to that price the specific amount for excise taxes. And that's how it generally works. It is an add-on to the original sales price. Okay, let's go into see now, how do we use this percentage method? The percentage method, it is based on sales tax and the tax rate. So what's going to happen is you're going to purchase a product. That product has a price. Multiply that times the stated tax rate, and that will tell you the amount of tax that you will pay for the purchase of that particular item. You are familiar with it. Sales tax is one of the first taxes that most individuals experience in a country, because everyone that goes down to the store and buys certain products that are taxed pays the sales tax. Sometimes you don't pay attention to it, but if you look at your receipt, you will see a number there for sales tax. It's based on the total amount of products that are applicable to the sales tax. Okay, this is a simple calculation. Let's look at example one. In example one, we see that we have an item or amount of $128.72 with a 6% sales tax. That means 6 cents per dollar. So for every dollar of value that you purchase something for, 6 cents will be charged as a sales tax. In this example, the $128.72 would be multiplied by 6%, and this 6% amount, $7.72, will be the amount of sales tax. This is the amount that you would pay in addition to the original purchase price of $128.72. So in total, you'd be paying $136.44 if you was to add those two numbers together. Okay, take a look at stop and check problems 1 through 4. Work through them. It should only take you a minute or two with a calculator. It is a simple multiplication. All right, let's move on. The second part of this discussion today is how do we find the marked price and the sales tax if we were given the total price. The marked price, it is the sales price, really. If you go into the store and you want to buy an item, it has a sales tag on it, a price tag on it. That's the amount you pay for that item. That is your marked price. It is a price that is marked on the sales tag for that product. Hence, it is called the marked price. The total price then would be the marked price plus the amount of tax that you must pay on that price. So your total price is combined of those two prices, marked price and sales tax. So how then do we find the marked price if we know the sales tax rate and the total price? The total price that you paid at the cash register, which included the sales tax and the marked price, okay? So here you go. Step one, first you convert the sales tax rate percentage to a decimal. Then you add 1 to that. And then finally, you divide the total price that you paid at the cash register by that value that you just calculated in step part B, and that will then give you what the marked price is. Okay. How do you find the sales tax? Well, the sales tax is simply found because if they're asking you to find the sales tax, then they're going to give you the total price and the marked price. Well, you know the total price, it is equal to the marked price plus the sales tax. So if you subtract the marked price from the total price, the value left behind would then become the amount that you paid for sales tax. So it is a simple subtraction problem. Okay, let's look at example 3. Example 3 asks us to take a look at how much you would be paying at an amusement park concession. And they'll give us the total prices and the sales tax rate. And in this case, the price that you pay at the concession stand includes the marked price and the tax. So you pay one price, that is the price you pay. But if you want to find out how much of that price that you paid was marked price, then this is what we need to do. Use the formula. Take the total price that you paid, divide that by 1 plus, in this case, 7%. So 7% as a decimal is 0.7. 1 plus 0.7 becomes 107. So for our popcorn, example with popcorn, we can see that the $3 for popcorn divided by the 1 plus 0.7 gives us a marked price of $2.80. So we know the $3 that we pay for popcorn includes a $2.80 marked price. The difference then would be sales tax. But in this point, we know the price of the popcorn is $2.80. For your soft drink, it costs $3.50, but divide that by the 1.07, and we find out that the popcorn costs $3.27. And for your hot dog that costs $4 at the counter, divide that $4 by 107, and you get the price of the hot dogs for $3.74. So we have determined the marked price for the popcorn, soft drink, and hot dog. Simply take the marked price and subtract it from the total price, and what we will find out, we'll be left with the amount that is taxed. So in these examples below, for the popcorn, soft drink, and hot dogs, we could simply subtract the marked price from the sales price or the total price, and the value left behind would be the amount that we paid for taxes. Excuse me. So in each case, the popcorn at 20 cents tax, soft drink 23 cents, and the hot dog 26 cents. So that is an example now showing us how we can find the amount of tax and the marked price if we were given the total price and either the sales tax rate or the marked price. Take a look at stop and check problems 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and work through those very quickly with your calculator. It should take a minute or so. Just make sure you check your answers in the back of the book to be sure that you're on the right path in calculating these particular values. And then at the end of this chapter, we have section exercises. Go ahead and do all of the exercises in section exercise 20-1, problems 1 through 16. And I'll see you again next time when we'll discuss property taxes.